Hello everyone, today we'll discuss about two-port network parameters. Z parameters. We'll get the following set of two equations by considering the variables v1 and v2 as dependent and i1 and i2 as independent. The quotients of independent variables i1 and i2 are called as Z parameters. v1 equals z11 i1 plus z12 i2. v2 equals z21 i1 plus z22 i2. The Z parameters are Z11 equals V1 by I1 when I2 equals to 0. Z212 equals V1 by I2 when I1 equals to 0. Z21 equals to V2 by I1 when I2 equals to 0. Z22 equals V2 by I2 when I1 equals to 0. Z parameters are called as impedance parameters because these are simply the ratio of voltages and currents. Units of Z parameters are ohms. We can calculate two Z parameters Z11 and Z21 by doing open circuit of port 2. Similarly, we can calculate the other two Z parameters Z12 and Z22 by doing open circuit of port 1. Hence, the Z parameters are also called as open circuit impedance parameters. Y parameters. We'll get the following set of two equations by considering the variables I1 and I2 as dependent and V1 and V2 as independent. The quotient of independent variables V1 and V2 are called as Y parameters. I1 equals Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. I2 equals Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. The Y parameters are Y11 equals I1 by V1 when V2 equals to 0. Y12 equals I1 by V2 when V1 equals to 0. Y21 equals I2 by V1 when V2 equals to 0. Y22 equals I2 by V2 when V1 equals to 0. Y parameters are called as admittance parameters because these are simply the ratio of currents and voltages. Units of Y parameters are ohm. We can calculate two Y parameters Y11 and Y21 by doing short circuit of port 2. Similarly, we can calculate the other two Y parameters Y12 and Y22 by doing short circuit of port 1. Hence, the Y parameters are also called as short circuit admittance parameters. H parameters. We'll get the following set of two equations by considering the variables v1 and I2 as dependent and I1 and v2 as independent. The quotients of independent variables I1 and v2 are called as H parameters. v1 equals h11 I1 plus h12 v2. I2 equals h21 I1 plus h22 v2. The H parameters are h11 equals v1 by I1 when v2 equals to 0, h12 equals v1 by v2 when I1 equals to 0, h21 equals I2 by I1 when v2 equals to 0, h22 equals I2 by v2 when I1 equals to 0. H parameters are called as hybrid parameters. The parameters h12 and h21 do not have any units. Since those are dimensionless, the units of parameters h11 and h22 are ohm and amateur respectively. We can calculate two parameters h11 and h21 by doing short circuit of port 2. Similarly, we can calculate the other two parameters h12 and h22 by doing open circuit of port 1. The H parameters or hybrid parameters are useful in transistor modeling circuits of networks.